Oczywiście, że mogliśmy spotkać się na wybrzeżu, ale tam spotykają się wszyscy i porównują sobie, na ile ładniejsze jest wybrzeże Czarnogóry od wybrzeża Chorwacji, a na ile Czarnogóra jest gorsza od Chorwacji. Będzie o tym okazja porozmawiać także i teraz. To nie jest duży konkurent, ale mimo wszystko Czarnogóra robi sporo, żeby pokazać się z różnej strony. W Chorwacji tak ogromnego jeziora jak to szkoderskie, na którym teraz jesteśmy, nie ma. Gdzieś tam niedaleko granica z Albanią. Jeden z kierunków, który też ostatnio święci triumfy. My jesteśmy w Czarnogórze, żeby pokazać, czy rzeczywiście w małym kraju, który mówi o sobie, chcemy być naprawdę zielonym, chcemy być naprawdę czystym miejscem na ziemi, da się to zrobić. Nie. Będziecie mieli okazję usłyszeć kilka rozmów, w których odpowiemy na pytanie dlaczego. Kto jest temu winny, albo ile czasu jeszcze potrzeba, żeby to wyglądało inaczej. Góry, Durmitor, leżący niedaleko stąd, przepiękny, przeogromny, z cudownymi jeziorami, albo szkoderskie jezioro, albo wybrzeże. A tam także wersja luxury. Czy Czarnogóra to jest kraj, który was wciągnie i w przyszłym roku albo wrócicie tu ponownie, albo przyjedziecie po raz pierwszy? No mamy nadzieję, że tak.
Pan tam przyleciał czy przyjechał? Pytali widzowie. Mam za sobą długą, samochodową wyprawę do Czarnogóry. To było wieki temu. Byłem wtedy sam, poobijany przez prywatne życie i gubiłem się wśród znaków wpisanych cyrylicą. Gdzieś w Durmitorze, w kanionach, bez nikogo, bez zasięgu. Teraz wracam, żeby pokazać wam i sobie, ile się zmieniło. Zabieramy nasze Volvo w Podgoricy i uciekamy za miasto, szczególnie, że trafiliśmy akurat na deszczowy jak nigdy tu, początek naszej podróży. Cel mamy jeden – pokazać, czy można na Bałkanach prowadzić turystykę, która oparta jest na odpowiedzialnych szefach kuchni, dojrzałych turystach, którzy nie zaśmiecą i nie zniszczą niepowtarzalnej przyrody, czy urzędnicy pomogą pisać i egzekwować dobre, żeby nie powiedzieć zielone prawo. Na wodzie też można dbać o ekologię. Przykładem jest Antonie Pusić, słynny muzyk rockowy i działacz ochrony środowiska, znany pod przydomkiem Rambo Amadeus. Przebudował statek na łódź solarną. Dach ma pokryty panelami słonecznymi, a silnik używany jest tylko wtedy, gdy wymaga tego bezpieczeństwo. No chyba że są goście.
Tell us something about the history of that boat.
Projekat za brod je počeo prije nekih 3 godine. Kao ideja se rodila da se napravi neki solarni jedrenjak gdje bi pogon bio električni, bez dizel goriva, ekološki, pošto je Crna Gora sama ekološka kao država. Od projekta do realizacije je prošlo oko 3,5 godine. Brod je u potpunosti rađen od prirodnih materijala, rađen je od drveta, pogon je električni od 12 kW elektromotor, solarni paneli su tu kao ispomoć za struju oko 500 vati. Sama gradnja je bila dosta problematična, pošto je ovo prototip.
It looks like a premium class boat.
Yes, pa brod je vizualan, dugo pripreman, prerađivan, crtan. Postoji oko 300 raznih nacrta linija broda. Da bismo, kuter je brod engleske ratne mornarice koji je služio kao čamac za spasavanje i bio je na vesla. Mi smo iskoristili linije trupa da bismo napravili nešto modernije i dobro za jedrenje.
Do you feel like a pioneer who decides to change the diesel into solar power or not?
Da, u principu. Ja. Ideja je od samog početka bila da se pobjegne od fosilnih goriva i od načina da se pokaže da se može funkcionisati na moru na sasvim prirodan način, uz pomoć sunca i uz pomoć vjetra, da se izbace fosilna goriva, da se promijeni način razmišljanja ljudi koji kupuju ogromne glisere, motorne jahte, da se može ploviti i uživati u moru na ovaj način. nije bitna samo za ljude u Crnoj Gori. Bitna je za ljude u Crnoj Gori, ali bitna je za čitav region i šire. Ljudi moraju da se osvijeste da su resursi planete ograničeni i da jedino svako pojedinačno, ukoliko uloži sebe, može da spreči konačni kolaps planete. Ne može do vijeka sve da se baca plastika, smeće, fosilna goriva. Dakle, od pojedinačnih poteza zavisi čitav sistem. Pa evo jednostavan primjer. Ribari, mali ribari koji idu u lov na lignje, to je obično noćni lov, gdje su im potrebni reflektori. Ranije su koristili plinske boce za reflektore, agregate, danas koriste solarne panele i akumulatore. Dakle, ova priča i ova ideja imala uticaj i na pojedinačne ljude. Treba vremena da se sve to pokrene, ali to traje. I krenulo je, bitno da je krenulo je.
Zmiany klimatyczne mogą narazić rozwijającą się turystykę Czarnogóry na ryzyko. Pewnie dlatego ten mały kraj, wedle zapisów własnej konstytucji, jest demokratyczny, obywatelski i, co najciekawsze, ekologiczny. Rząd podjął wiele kroków, żeby stworzyć wizerunek państwa ekologicznego i zatrzymać procesy zmian klimatu, które negatywnie wpływają na miejscową naturę. Uruchomiono m.in. program turystyki niskoemisyjnej, a zielone praktyki stały się podstawą myślenia o turystyce. Ale trudne to. Wiele razy słyszeliśmy, że wszystko jest tu tylko na papierze.
We've been talking about the claim of Montenegro, wild beauty. You put the next words, but preserved. What does it mean?
The concept that we have been working on in UNDP together with the government, predominantly with the Ministry of the Sustainable Development and Tourism, is the one that strives for reducing carbon footprint of tourism sector, meaning that, as you correctly said, wild beauty needs to be shared, needs to be utilized, but also preserved in order to save this beautiful space for our future generations. And there is a saying that we have not inherited this beautiful planet from our predecessors, but we have actually borrowed it from our successors, from the next generation. So we need to be careful and do the right things to really preserve not only the wild beauty, but also what we have created as mankind.
Yeah, it's not the biggest country in the world, but you started in 2015, now we have 2019, after 4 years. It's done or it's on the way?
Such a big thing, such a big behavioral and mindset change cannot be done in such a short period of time. What can be said that has been done is that a certain awareness levels of the need to think of our environment in a proper way have been made, so they have been increased actually. We are talking about tourists coming to Montenegro, but we are also talking about general population. And when we talk about general population, we also talk about us as citizens and the business community. That's why I think that there are some concrete results that are observed actually, that are registered. Like for example in business sector, when we talk about hotel industry, there is a growing number of hotels obtaining eco certificates, meaning sustainability certificates,
And what does it mean? They don't use plastic?
Proving that they reduce plastics in a high level, that they have proper waste management in their facilities and resorts, that they also promote sustainable modes of transport like electric vehicles primarily, that they increase their energy efficiency in the facilities, and they increase use of renewable energy sources. And this is something, we had 3 hotels with eco certificates in 2014. Now we have 25. I think it's a significant improvement. On the other side, when we talk about mass events, huge events, what we have initiated, and I think it's a really good way to communicate the topic of necessity to be careful when organizing mass events. We have initiated a cooperation and greening of music, film, festivals, also sports events. So far 7 most important regional music festivals and 2 film festivals joined our campaign Reduce Your Carbon Footprint, and they also promoted and accepted the principles as we talked about hotels, about energy, about the waste, sustainable transports, organized transport, etc. And one of the key elements is that after these massive events, when you have 20,000 people gathering at one place,
drinking from plastic
yes,
cups.
you need to leave this area in a proper way, like it was clean as before the event.
We've been talking about 3 groups: business,
Yes.
Foreigners going there,
Tourists, yes.
and locals.
Yes.
So the tourists help you or not help you in your program? So they are focusing or leave Montenegro clean?
Actually, we have been conducting surveys on tourists visiting Montenegro, where the majority of tourists is coming from abroad. And for example, one of the questions is whether they are ready to pay more for green accommodation. And yes, and this number is growing. But on the other side, they see the problems that
Why should
they are
I
facing.
pay? Because
Yes, yes, and but definitely there is an interest. There is also one more very important aspect of proper tourism or sustainable tourism development. It's transport. It's the availability of public transport. Talking about city or intercity transport, this is something that tourists also would see as a need to be improved due to huge congestions during the summer season. And also this causes the huge pollution, air pollution and health impacts.
yeah, because it's we saw huge ships
Yes,
parking in
cruisers.
Boka Kotorska, and
That is another topic. One of the alternatives that could, and will, I hope, we do hope and we really believe that will help in solving some transfer problems is the project that has just been piloted. It's a sustainable water transport in Boka Bay. This is the private investment for public good.
Okay.
That implies that the transport of locals and tourists in Boka Bay will be possible with solar and electric boats. Yes. We have just recently promoted 2 boats that have been built and ready for the transport. They will take tourists and local people this summer as a pilot, as a test phase. They start in 5 or 6 days with regular line, connecting 3 municipalities in Boka Kotorska, Kotor, Tivat and Herceg Novi. And in the next year or 2, we expect to have in total 9 boats. 9 boats that will have the capacity of 600 people in total to be transported. Yes, yes. The point is that this project is definitely going to help reducing transport congestions in the summer, which are the most critical in Boka Bay. It will reduce air pollution, it will reduce significantly CO2 emission, it will also provide a specific joy and experience to tourists, especially when cruising around Boka Bay. And it will also provide a specific cultural promotion of cultural beauties and cultural heritage of Boka Bay.
Przed nami w Onet Tour z Czarnogóry. Luksusowe jachty i drogie hotele, czyli kto dziś chce prywatnych, osobistych lekcji śpiewu od Beyoncé zamiast drogiego koncertu dla grupy znajomych. Zanim pospacerujemy po Monako Bałkanów, wdrapiemy się do jednej z opuszczonych wiosek. Czarnogóra ma ich trochę. W tym przypadku ma także szczęście do czułych dam, które dbają o pamięć, kulturę i sztukę w zapomnianych miejscach. Koncertują o świcie z Chopinem i pilnują, żeby odbudowywać z rozsądkiem.
What is that place now? What are you doing here?
There are no people living in the village, but we have a NGO founded by the people from the village, and we organized a lot of festivals, education.
Here, just in front of the church?
Yes, 2 days ago here was a concert, classical music, 5 in the morning.
Oh, you started the day at 5 in the morning
Yes,
with music.
Chopin. It was very,
Chopin?
Yeah, Chopin,
perfect.
Mozart.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
You know about our meeting, yes, I know.
Yeah. So it was very, very, very nice.
And it sounds good, yeah.
Few weeks ago we had the jazz music, not here, but
Yeah.
in the center of the village. It was a lot of people. It is
A lot of people here.
yeah.
Oh.
I think it was
About 300
yeah.
in the jazz.
Wow.
It was very good jazz, and
Everyone climbed here?
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So
It's not as easy.
they have a car, but many of them was coming by foot.
No, yeah. It's important for you to organize some events like that in the place like that?
Yeah, it's actually, we started it together. I'm coming from another NGO dealing with architecture and the cultural heritage, and we collaborate a lot with Napredak, and actually activities of those concerts in these nice places in the landscape. We started together some 5 or 6 years ago through one common project that we were running with colleagues from Croatia. So we are so glad that actually it continued.
300 people listening to jazz in a place like that. Perfect. With that kind of view.
Yeah.
Especially at 5 in the morning. So the sun is rising up. Perfect.
Yes.
It is some kind of plan for developing tourism in Montenegro for future, because you have a lot of people in cities, but maybe they should have some different spaces in the villages.
Formally, there are some strategies for development of tourism in Montenegro, but we think that should be more elaborated, and also like that more specific attention should be paid to those specific fields, like rural tourism, ecotourism, like hiking and other types, cultural tourism. Just recently, I think that we adopted some documents, strategies. We still did not see it. We will check how they.
So some kind of research about the future of tourism in general all over the world. People will be searching for some small piece of something. So maybe kitchen, maybe paintings, maybe doing nothing in the villages, not in the city. So maybe it's a good plan for developing the tourism in Montenegro.
You know, Montenegro has a Ministry of Sustainable Development and Tourism.
Yeah.
But as you can see, I don't believe that is sustainable.
Yeah, we heard a lot of stories about. So it's the greenest country in Balkans. So we saw a lot of rubbish on the streets everywhere, and the huge offices with the name Budva is the green city, Budva is the zero waste city. But where? Sometimes we asked where.
Difficult to see.
Yeah, only in paper.
Yeah.
Montenegro is a very, very nice.
Beautiful.
Yes, agree.
It is beautiful. You know, it is a small country, but it is very different from the south to the north,
Beautiful north, beautiful mountains.
And it could be. It could be really something special, but today it is special, but not as it could be.
So let's talk about the places like that. So concerts and what else?
We had concerts, we had exhibition, we had last one night fiesta. It is always first weekend in August. It is 45 years fiesta. Then we had, as Sandra said, many projects with thematic on landscape protection, heritage protection, sustainable development.
Yeah, which is very modern words, but I think that people in general don't know what does it mean.
Yes, and I don't like use it because of that.
Yeah,
But
maybe
it
because
is,
of that, but
yes,
I think
but
that you
it
are
was
deeply in that.
The life in the village in the past, it was sustainable as well.
Yeah.
So.
Montenegro is a wild beauty. Przez długie lata takie właśnie hasło reklamowe niosło się przez cały świat i zachęcało wszystkich, którzy chcieli odkryć Bałkany inaczej, do tego, żeby przyjechali tu i spędzili swój czas albo na wybrzeżu, albo w górach. Dzisiaj Czarnogóra stawia także na luksus, bardzo szeroko i bardzo bogato pojęty, jak choćby cena tych jachtów, które widzicie tutaj w porcie. Ale to nie tylko ta jedna sprawa, to nie tylko morze. To jest także myślenie o ludziach, którzy dzisiaj, nawet mając ogromne pieniądze, zaczynają wydawać je w zupełnie inny sposób. Thank you for the view, because it's the one and only in Montenegro, I think so.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it is quite unique.
Yeah, and it's not the cheapest one place in Montenegro.
No, it's not. It's possibly the most beautiful if you like yachts and villages of this type, but it is not the cheapest for sure.
Who are your clients?
Our clients are coming, if you're referring to buyers of apartments, coming from all around the world. We have Japanese clients, even I think that the first real estate buyer in Montenegro bought apartment in Porto Montenegro, Australia, Middle East, Far East, some China. The majority are coming from ex-Yugoslavia still. Europe, Central Europe, Germany, Austria, UK is quite strong. We see a bit of attraction from US too. And Russia and CIS. But I think the entire world, aside maybe China at this stage.
Yeah, so Chinese starts investing in Montenegro?
Little by little.
Okay.
I think that we're still too far. Like with the US, it's in the entire international strategy. It's not something that's happening over the night. For some markets, it's easier than the others. Like Germany is quite easy. UK is quite easy. Even GCC, like Gulf countries, are quite easy now because they don't need visa to come to Montenegro. We have direct flights, and the visibility of Montenegro over there is raising every year. While as in China, which is quite a big country, it's an entire national strategy.
So it's easier if you don't have a visa, yeah, so you can go
for sure,
straight.
for sure. It's a good selling point, right? Citizenship by investment that's coming in a few months is also a good selling point. Not needing a visa to enter. You imagine yourself, if you're traveling somewhere, at least when I'm traveling somewhere, I am always selecting the countries where the paperwork is easier. So no needing visa.
Polish guys have a problem with US, so we are fighting with that, but we want to go there, but you know, a visa, no.
Us too, yeah.
Yeah, so the same. But it's being here, living here, it's some kind of investment or what for them?
It's a combination. Some of our clients are buying because they love Montenegro. They want to come to their roots. They want to come to a new destination. They're coming because they're passionate sea people. They know that Montenegro is a very secure country.
Yeah.
Tivat is known as a town with almost zero crime rate. Honestly speaking, nobody even locks the door on their houses, not just in Porto Montenegro, in the entire Tivat. Boka Bay is a very safe harbor. It's the deepest fjord in this part of the world, even though it's not a typical fjord. It's not done by tectonic
it's
movements.
not Norwegian fjord.
Yeah. But it's very deep, so it's very safe. As you see, it's like almost like a lake. We don't have winds and we don't have waves. That's why
You don't have surfers.
we don't have surfers. That's
No.
true. Not that we are desperate for them, but like the idea of having this tranquil waters is quite good because of the safety of the boats.
Yeah, but now we are looking about on the huge space. But what was the beginning?
The beginning was Austro-Hungarian factory called Arsenal, which was founded here in 1889. So it's not something that came out of nothing. Porto Montenegro didn't come just out of an empty
place,
land. It was a military factory which was quite successful during between wars and during Tito's time, 60s, 70s, beginning of 80s, and then 90s. Majority of Montenegrin ex-Yugoslavian factories shut down that were part of communism, and nothing much was happening here until 2006, where Mr. Peter Monk, our first investor and kind of the creator of Porto Montenegro, Canadian gold miner, who created Barrick Gold in Toronto, came and saw the potential. He wanted to do, I guess, an opposition to West Mediterranean, to do something interesting and similar to the East Mediterranean. And I wouldn't say something like Monaco, but definitely an offering of that sort. And then the huge remediation happened, because you can imagine 20 years nothing happening in here, a lot of waste, a lot of black waters. Again, we're in Boka Bay, meaning that we're quite protected, that waste couldn't go anywhere. So a huge remediation happened for almost few years, and then we started building. First building small marina with 85 birds, and then every year after Montenegrin Independence Day on the 2006, every year we were adding something to Porto Montenegro. Montenegro is here very competitive when it comes to the pricing.
Competitive with Croatia or with Venice, or for example Greece?
In general, like Greece, Venice, Croatia, it's very competitive. It's very, we are very affordable to live in Montenegro. To rent an apartment in Tivat, like a one-bedroom apartment for a month, is like 400 or 500 euros. So it's still very, very popular. Again, not just for high-end customers, but also for people who are moving their businesses here. And we see a lot of expats who are maybe a bit more tired from Côte d'Azur or whatnot. They want to have safe and secure place, and we see that also by offices popping out in Tivat and in Porto Montenegro. A lot of inquiries for small offices, advisories, family offices, banks, consultants of various forms, which 5 years ago didn't happen.
Yeah. So let's talk about the future, because as you said, 5 years ago it wasn't. Nobody thinks about that. Now it's obvious. So the next 5 years for you?
The next 5 years, working on really a bit redefining the luxury, in terms that 10 years ago, redefining, okay. I think. 10 years ago, luxury was having all the services, 7 butlers around you, gold chandeliers, and everything that luxury was 10 years ago. Today, and luxury of tomorrow is, I think, that's my personal feeling when I talk with our homeowners, captains, boat owners, is convenience, fast information, fast internet. People, we always tend to forget that people who were wealthy 20 years ago are now giving their money to their kids, and the kids are completely different. They do not want maybe penthouses with 7 apartments. They want,
because they are traveling.
They travel constantly. They do not want 2 butlers to serve them. They just want to be let alone, to somebody to leave their key at their reception, take the key. Not really super social
different
in those
kind of
extents. Exactly. We're working a lot on creating those creative hubs where people might meet. We see a lot of what's good in Porto Montenegro is that you see people, your neighbor with a person who you would never meet in real life in a way. She's from Moscow, you're from London.
You are doing business together,
exactly, and you would say, "Oh, you're my neighbor. What do you do?" I'm in travel, and I'm in journalism.
Like in co-working space.
Exactly.
Luxury co-working
Luxury
space.
co-working space.
Okay.
Exactly. That's why we're creating those now physically, those co-working spaces where even you tomorrow can come, and you're not just vacationing. Typically, you're vacationing because you wanna combine your work with somebody you know with a bit of a vacation. So our policy is, I think that, and again, going back to luxury, we feel that luxury tomorrow is leaving the place a bit better person than you were when you came. Meaning, you learn, and we have this idea to provide you. You learn something that you always wanted to learn. You're now in your 60s. You're a multimillionaire, but you never learn how to play piano. Yeah. You come to Puerto Montenegro or polo. You come
I heard
exactly.
About something,
you come, and a proper polo teacher teaches you how to play polo, and you are now in your stage where you are happy to pay to write the first chapter of your first novel. You are a banker who never had the opportunity to write a novel. Now you are with a famous international book guide writer who is teaching you how to write your novel. So leaving a better person that you are than when you came is something that I think is the luxury of tomorrow.
Oh, sounds good. It's easy to provide this kind of business.
Well, it's getting more and more challenging on many accounts, but that's what really keeps us on our toes to always be one step ahead.
Yeah.
And provide the luxury service.
What kind of next step is ahead of you?
Well, see, the world of luxury is changing, and 10 years ago it was all about sitting at the most luxurious tables, having chandeliers, marble flooring, and this has really changed because now it's more about connectivity, it's about tailor-made experiences.
Much more emotional, yeah?
Much more emotional, much faster, and it's really about individualizing. So person A wants something completely different than person B and person C. Whereas 10 years ago it was really just being at one place, being associated with the region, for example, would give you your holiday experience. Today it's really for us creating these tailor-made moments for everyone.
So you have to tailor-made everything, and personalized everything.
Yes, that's the challenge of today, but that's really the exciting part as well, because every day is different.
Yeah.
And every guest
season
is different.
and every day.
Every season is different. Every guest is different. So that's really what when I get up in the morning, I'm really looking forward to the day and saying, well, what's this day going to bring?
It depends on the age of your clients.
That as well. You still have the more traditional clients. Let's say the Americans tend to be slightly older and traveling the Balkans, whereas the regionals, Polish, Germans, English, they're more on the younger side, and they really want to go out and explore rather than just staying in the hotel.
But I'm thinking about the clients of your hotel, for example, five-star hotel, because they have their own boat. And they spend time in your hotel?
Yep. Okay. Well, some of them do. Some of them do. I mean, as you can see, it's a beautiful marina where we are, and we have actually quite a few hotel guests who have their boats here on an annual basis, and they do spend time on their boats, either for a week's charter or for day trips. And for that, they retreat to the luxury of the hotel, having a spa treatment afterwards, having the restaurant in the evening, having a nice breakfast in the morning, because often on boats, even though it is a nice luxury boat, it is a bit more confined. Whereas here, where you have the choice, it makes a huge difference to start the day.
So could we say something in general? Who are your clients? Or maybe we have to tailor-made about that.
Well, we do have a trend on an annual basis. I'd say our strongest markets are the UK, the US, Russia, and then we have Central Europe. And under Central Europe, I'd count Germany, Austria, Switzerland, France, Poland as well. Poland is really growing. Yes, with the introduction, with the introduction of the direct flights out of Warsaw to Podgorica as well as Dubrovnik, we can see a really nice uptake in the Polish market. So I hope to see many more.
Czarnogóra żyje z turystyki, ale żeby to życie nie zostało brutalnie przerwane, musi rozwijać się mądrze. Rośnie tendencja do przyjmowania ekologicznych rozwiązań energetycznych, ale także globalnego trendu, kiedy podróżnicy są bardziej zainteresowani przyjaznym dla środowiska stylem życia. Dzisiaj akurat, patrząc po tematach, które chcielibyśmy poruszyć w czasie tej naszej wyprawy, sytuacja jest zupełnie inna także z uwagi na bardzo dynamicznie zmieniający się klimat. Koło podbiegunowe kilkanaście stopni na plusie. Finlandia na północy takich temperatur nie widziała nigdzie. Szwecja też na północy. Nigdy jeszcze, w ostatnim czasie przynajmniej, nie widziała na termometrach tak wysokich temperatur, które psują, które sprawiają, że łosie, nie wiedząc co się dzieje, zaczynają szukać wody. Łosie zaczynają szukać wody w Szwecji. Tutaj rolnicy czekali na wodę, bo bali się pożarów. Nagle my, jako filmowcy, narzekamy na deszcz, a oni mówią nareszcie. Nic nie spłonie, a deszcz przyszedł i bardzo szybko minie. Mojkovac. Kiedyś ośrodek znany z ogromnego wysypiska odpadów górniczych, w samym centrum miasta, kawałek od rzeki Tara i wpisanego na listę Światowego Dziedzictwa UNESCO najgłębszego kanionu Europy. Z powodu składowanych odpadów wzrosła wtedy liczba osób z chorobami płuc lub rakiem. Program oczyszczenia i rewitalizacji regionu kosztował 10 milionów euro i dziś miejsce, które było wysypiskiem, kojarzone jest z ekoturystyką i bardzo aktywnym spędzaniem czasu.
I heard a very similar story in Germany when in Zagłębie Rury they decided to close mines and change the mining into the tourism. Is it hard work from your perspective? It's hard work for local people here?
Bilo je u početku veoma teško. Mi smo u nekoj bliskoj budućnosti jedan veliki problem od ostataka rudnika, takozvano jalovište koje se nalazilo u samom srcu grada, riješili smo se jedne ekološke crne tačke. Upravo iz razloga da bi rekli da smo jednu takvu instancu prošlosti zaboravili. Upravo nekadašnji plato, odnosno nekadašnje mjesto gdje se nalazilo jalovište, sada je sportsko-rekreativno-turistička zona koja u neku ruku oslikava da smo sa industrije prešli na turizam.
When I am listening to you, when you are talking about the very long road from the past to the current situation, is it clear? I think I am asking about the air, I am asking about the environmental place when some toxic rubbish from the mine was put in.
U ovom trenutku Mojkovac je potpuno očišćen od toga. Mojkovac je jedan u potpunosti ekološki gradić u kojem potpunosti vodimo računa i o higijeni, i o prirodi, i o svemu onome što nas okružuje.
I heard that much more Polish tourists decide to go to Montenegro because Croatia was the main point for them, and now they decide, oh, it's so plenty of people in Croatia, maybe we should go to Montenegro, so they are here.
Zadnjih godina primjetno je da je veliki broj Poljaka dolazi u Crnu Goru, dolazi i u Mojkovac. Iz razgovora sa turističkim poslenicima vidimo da je veliki broj njihovih gostiju kako u sektoru ugostiteljstva, tako i na posjetama nekih atrakcija, odnosno raftinga, kajakaštva, fly fishinga. Upravo dolaze i posjećuju sjever Crne Gore koji je za njih itekako privlačan.
From my perspective, what was nice when we asked our viewers before we came here what we should do in Montenegro, on the first place was go to Durmitor, go for kayaking, go for rafting, and then, oh, maybe you can go to the sea.
Svakako najatraktivniji, odnosno svakako da je more interesantna destinacija i da je veoma privlačna, ali za one ljubitelje prirode i za one koje vole avanturu, sjever je pravi izazov, odnosno prava destinacija.
Wszystko, co powiem teraz, zabrzmi jak pożegnanie, ale ja tu jeszcze wrócę i założę się, że wam też się zdarzy. Nie odkładajcie wtedy decyzji o ucieczce z plaży na za późno, jak wspominaliście nam w listach, kiedy kręciliśmy nasze zdjęcia. Czarnogóra w kanionach i jeziorach kryje swoje piękno największe.